Welcome back to another segment of Practically Logical. Thank you for the love and support which you have given me for the previous videos, and hope to see that flowing in my next videos also. If I hurt anybody's sentiments, let me take an apology at first itself, and please forgive me for any comments or any thoughts which made inconvenient for you. Okay, so forgive me for the flaws and keep supporting me. Today we are going to discuss on a small topic called as problem. Now, when I said problem, and I mentioned it as a small topic, but it depends upon you whether it is a small topic or a big topic. Now that's what I want to say precisely, that for individuals or for you people, if you look at yourself, the problem has a scale of its own. Like, it may be a silly problem for you, or it can be a serious problem for you, it can be a big problem, it can be a small problem, but problem is always there. Now that's the thing which you have to always think into it. Now when I say problem, it's in the perception of the person who is actually involved in it. Now it's easy to say, right? Like when we see a match, imagine you're talking about a cricket match. Now when you have a scenario where in one ball 4 runs is needed and only 1 wicket is left, now that match becomes interesting. But have you ever thought what will be the condition of the bowler, what will be the mindset of the batsman, and what is the problem which they will be actually facing? Now it differs. For spectator, if you hit a 6 or if you hit a 4, you're winning, you're happy if you're supporting that team. Or maybe the other way, you may be sad. So the problem stops there. But the actual problem stays with the players, right? Have you ever thought about it? Now, this is a small example which I gave you to always think it. Now, when it comes to the real life situations, how you deal with the problem, now that makes a huge difference. Now, the problem with most of us is that we only think or we only take one side of that problem. Imagine if some mishap happened somewhere, or some accident happened, or some theft or murder, something's happened. Now, the first report what you hear from somebody, now you believe in that. Now, you're not thinking that that's that person who spoke to you, that's his version of that story. Now, the news channel, when we watch it, each news channel has different approach of narrating the same story. We never think about it. We are fond of one particular channel. Okay, we'll believe whatever is told in that channel. Okay, fine. I'm not asking you to go against it. Okay, not to change your views. But many times what happened, the thing what actually happened may not be the same thing which you are hearing it or which you are assuming it. Now, first person to the second person, the information came. Fine. It was raw information. Now from the second person to the third person, when the information goes, you add bit of spice to it, or you just take the elements out of it, and it goes a little bit in a raw format again, okay, which neither the third person understands fully, or neither you are satisfied that you are told that you'll be in a confusion state actually. But you actually narrate the problem, right? Now it goes to the 4th person, 5th person, 6th person, it goes, spread. Okay, now in the end, the person who, imagine you are the 20th person who is in the chain, and you're getting to know about the problem. It may not be the exact thing which has happened. It may be like something ulta or something the opposite you might have understood. Now there, whom you're going to blame? Are you going to blame the first person that he has not told it right, or are you going to blame the immediate person who told you the information? No, it's your understanding is the problem. You didn't understand, or you didn't put an effort to know what happened actually. Many times, many misunderstandings happen because of that. When you're fighting with your friends, when you're fighting with your relatives, when you're fighting with your parents, siblings, anybody, you should know what was on the other side of that problem. Or have you ever thought from the other side, other perspective? If you think in that way, you can actually eliminate a lot of problems. There won't be any problem at all. Now, I'm not justifying somebody, okay? Like if there is a fight, you are seeing that, okay, somebody is fighting on the road. Now, he's one of the guy is your friend. Okay, automatically he come on boy, he calls for your help, and you go and support your friend without knowing what was the actual reason and all. So for you, the problem is your friend is getting beaten, okay, you have to go and help it. Fine, that's all good. But have you ever thought what caused that problem, who triggered that incident, or who is in the right and who is in the wrong, and then you never thought or not, or it's like you are never thought to even think about what might have actually happened. Now, many times what happened, we just jump into conclusions by seeing the situations or scenarios. We never think too much about it, and it can create a lot of problems. I don't know, like, why you people take life as very serious thing. See, do you believe in evolution theory, where we evolve from an amoeba? Like, that's what they say. I'm not sure about it. Okay, it's just like thing like when you're chewing a pan and when you spit it, the whatever shape it comes, you were in that shape. Now from there, you have evolved. We say that the immediate, our resemblance is the monkeys, the chimpanzees. Okay, we came from there and we are getting this appearance now. And we have all sort of makeups to it, or adjustments you make it, and you create your own problems for it. Now, have you ever thought the evolution doesn't stop here? We are going to be still more, get evolved more. Over the years, we may end up looking like an alien or something which you draw now, or we may end up being another amoeba or another spit. Who knows? So when you're in the process of evolution, try to think the things which makes you happy. Why you want to think about the things which makes you very sad and emotionally disturbed and all. Now, have you ever thought, instead of having two eyes in the front, one eye in the front and one eye in the back, what would have been the situation? Some may say that it would be nice. Or think that instead of nose, you had a hand coming from that side, you may look weird. But it looks weird only because you have seen, like in the society, everybody is looking the same, so why should I look different? Now, that is your assumptions. So many times what happens, the thing which makes you happy may not be convincing to others. Now, if you're born with a tail in the society, it's a big thing, right? Everybody will be surprised to see her, like everybody like staring at you and saying you'll be the attraction of the crowd and all. Now, society, we are so conscious that we never think about the problems associated with the societies. When we try to convince the society, we are actually making compromises on our thoughts and our decisions. Now, that's where we have to always think into it. So what I'm saying is when the flood comes or corona kind of problem comes, why you're not behind your personal emotion, why you are coming together, thinking to help others. Now that's where the miracle of your nature is all about. Okay, it restores the faith in the humanity sometimes. So you need a problem to get back into your the basic norms of what you're supposed to live a life. So sometimes in life, the nature itself makes or presses the reset button so that it comes in order. Now everybody was in race, every country was in race for being the supreme power and all. Now what happened? We just put a break onto it. Now everything comes normal. You might have seen the example of Italy, like how the animals were enjoying the climatic conditions now. So it teaches us many things. Now how much you're going to learn from that depends upon you. Like the nature taught you something. But whether you want to listen to it, or whether you want to follow it, or whether you want to continue the same wrong thing which had your emotions, it entirely depends upon you. Now think about it, guys. Now what I'm saying is, when we have a life, think about your life as a vacation, what you got it. Now, when you go for vacation for 5 days, it's just an example I'm relating. So think that your entire life is the 5 days when you got it. Now, the one day when you might be losing for the traveling, okay, you pack your bags, okay, you board the plane, you go to some destination, you check out in a hotel room. The one day goes like this. The second day morning, instead of going and roaming outside, if you sit in your room and take coffee and watch television and waste the one day, you lost another day. Now only 3 days left. In that 3 days, the last day is reserved for coming back, the same procedure. So again, only 2 days left. In 2 days, again, if you are lazy and if you are not going out and not enjoying the life, instead of that worrying about your problems, thinking about all sort of issues and all, instead of enjoying your life, if you waste that life, what is the purpose of that vacation then? That you could have actually done in the home itself, right? If you want to watch a TV there, you could have just switch on the TV at home and just watch that. Rather, think another way. When you got 5 days, try to use the maximum amount of it. The 5 days is not enough to see all the beauty of the nature. I'm telling you again. We are already wasting a lot of time by sleeping, doing all the nonsense. But how much time we have used it properly to make it meaningful in the life? No, you know that in the present day situation how important the job is and all. Okay, I'm not blaming anybody in that, but when you do a job, think about the morning from 9 to 5 or more or less the time, it becomes like a routine in your life. Now I have an example. I have a friend who works in a bank. Okay, now he's earning too much. Okay, like too much in the sense of whatever is more convenient for him, he's earning, okay, more than what he actually needs it. Okay, now the problem is he goes in the morning, he comes at late night, maybe like around 6 7, and he's too tired to go outside, he's too tired to spend some time with his kids. In the end, what happens, he's collecting too much of money, but where is he getting the time to spend all this money, or what time he's going to use all this money for his happiness? That's a question. Now I'm not blaming don't go for work, or I'm not saying that you should not run behind the success and all, but do it, but in between try to live the life which you already got it. Now I don't know like whether I make sense or not, but think about it, like the more time we sleep, the more time we just roam around doing nothing. If you count the seconds, okay, in our life, the entire second of life, every second if we use also the things what we are supposed to see in the whole world is not enough. Okay, the world is such the miraculous place where it goes on. We can just keep on exploring, we can just keep on enjoying, but how much time actually you are living your life, that worries me a lot. Okay, I'm not saying like don't do a job or something, but do it, but try to make your life a little bit meaningful. Like think about you're not born to just go and do a work. You're born, or you got a lifespan of like 70 80 maybe, or maybe 100. You got a lifetime of 100 years to live in this life and enjoy and see the beautiness of life. Now how much you are using it is up to you. You have your responsibility, you have your commitments and all, do it, but spare some time to get back to the nature. You know, like the wonderful machine which the entire system has created is the human body. I will say the human body is the most sophisticated machine. Now if you look at each and every part of the human body, like it plays well, okay, it is properly placed in all the aspects are properly contained in the human body. Like we talk about the mobile phones, right? We look about the megapixels and all, and we are happy for 100 megapixel. You know what is a megapixel? Is much more beyond that. Okay, I'm not giving the exact readings and all, but I'm just saying. So we are trying our best to actually try to at least go or be similar with the human qualities. So when you have a most complicated or sophisticated machine with yourself, why are you not using it? You know, like when we're making a robot and all, okay, like I have seen it was a great achievement for some scientists to make a hand which can assume the pressure and which can hold the glass properly without breaking it, or hold an egg without breaking it. Now they found it as a big achievement. Now for you can actually take an egg and hold in your hand, and nobody's clapping for that, right? Because you have been doing it. Now scientists are trying to get the machine to look as close as possible to human beings. We have humanoids and all, they are trying their best to be as close as possible to human beings. Now if you look at it, even okay, the medicines, I'm not against that thing also, I respect them. Even the medicine field, they have not yet acquired to know the possibilities of your brain till now. Only like 30-40% we have actually known about the brain. So still a lot of studies are pending. Now if we start to use our brain properly to the 100%, we can do wonders. Now you won't believe, like we talk about 6 senses and all. Now we have that senses. We might be having 10 senses or 20 senses and all, but it's all about how you trigger it, how you wake up it, or I don't know, how you use it properly. Now whatever 5 senses you have it now, at least if you use it properly to an extent, we can have a lot of problems. Do you believe in God? Okay, now this is most controversial question which everybody asks. I would say I am a believer in God. Okay, but which way you believe it, it's like the superstition thing, then no, I'm a little bit practical. That's what I'm all about. Okay, I believe in God. Like there is a force, I believe in it, but many people may not be in view with that or in accordance with that. It may be different for each individuals. But if you think properly, when you lose confidence, you call God, please save me. Now that gives you confidence. If you get confidence, then believe that there is a God. Okay, so think about it, guys. I'm not lagging it. If you feel good about my video, please comment and subscribe and like my videos and keep supporting me. And if you don't like it, please neglect it. Please don't bother about what all things I talked. So we'll see you in the next segment. Till that, take care, stay safe. Thank you.